And well, since recently we have been talking about the FSR 2.0, at least in my channel, and in several others of course, Since I tested the FSR 2.0 with the RX 580, I also did a comparison in between the FSR 1, FSR 2 and native resolution that you can see in this video. Now I'm just gonna give you, because most of you may not know yet, I'm gonna give you the list of the upcoming games with FSR 2.0 included, okay? So the first game was Deathloop, and this is the list that AMD gave us, so this is not made up, and this is not some leak, this is what it is, okay? So it's the real games that will be supporting FSR 2.0. Ancient Gameplays, I'm Fabio Pisco, and welcome to my channel. So let's go to the games now, right after the sponsor of today's video. Today's video sponsor is GVG Mall, where using my SKG discount code leads to a 25% off across several products, making a Windows 10 serial key only $16. After the payment, you'll receive the key in your account, and all you need to do is to introduce it in your Windows settings, and bam! You have an activated system. So as you see, we actually have this on the launch desk from May 2022, of course, where we have the introduction of the AMD FSR, AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0, using temporal upscaling in comparison to the spatial upscaling with of course the FSR 1.0. So it uses the previous frame as well, so uses motion, color, and something else. So let me just, it's there, it's somewhere. It's basically color, motion, and depth. Okay, yes, it's here. And as for the games, we have them here. So this will be a very short video, but as we see, we have Astergus, Curse of the Starks. Then we have Deathloop, which was actually the first one. We have the Lyceum, so EVE Online is already out there and it will support FSR 2.0. Then we have the Farming Simulator 2022, so you can farm with all those FPS, baby. Sincerely, it's a really, I mean, it's good to have, of course, but it's a really light title, so having FSR, I mean, it's not bad. It isn't needed in most scenarios, but it's not bad. Then we have Forspoken, I think it's a Sony game, it will come for PS5 and PC, okay? And Forspoken will also be the first game to actually implement the direct storage, okay? If you don't know what direct storage is, basically, remember Smart Access Memory. Smart Access Memory works by letting the system call a huge amount of VRAM instead of having to be limited to 256 megabytes. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. 256 megabytes per call, okay? It can do a call even of 16 gigabytes VRAM, okay? So it improves performance. The direct storage basically removes the need of using the CPU to actually access the VRAM, okay? So the GPU will just go to the hard drive directly and take that data from the hard drive to the VRAM instead of going to the CPU, asking the CPU, then the CPU going to the disk, then sending to the VRAM, okay? Instead of having all this process with the CPU, direct storage will actually make the disk accessible by the GPU itself instead of asking the CPU, okay? So it will make loadings way faster and it will eliminate texture streaming in most scenarios, okay? A decent NVMe already does that, but with direct storage it will be even better. So it's a win-win situation, and this game, Forspoken, is the first game supporting that direct storage, okay? Then we have Grounded. Then we have the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now this is something that indeed needs FSR because the game is really heavy. And not just heavy GPU side, but also heavy CPU side, okay? So having a good CPU and having a good GPU with FSR will be a delight for the Microsoft Flight Simulator players, okay? It will be really nice. Now we have Nishuihan, sorry, I don't really know this game. Then we have Overprime, Then we have the Perfect World remake, so the remake of Perfect World will also have FSR 2.0. And then we have Swordsman remake and Unknown 9 Awakening, okay? So this is not in order. As you saw, Deathloop was actually the first one to get the FSR 2.0 and it is in second position. It's not in order. For example, the Forspoken will be released in October, okay? So it will take some time, but at least 13 games are confirmed with FSR 2.0, and if it takes off like the FSR 1.0, in a matter of months, like 2 or 3 months, we'll be seeing lots and lots of new games using FSR as well. In this case, FSR 2.0, because the FSR was really easy to implement because it doesn't need AI, it doesn't need tensor cores, it doesn't need that big of an implementation, so it was easier for the developers to actually implement FSR in their games. And FSR 2.0 shouldn't be much different, so in a matter of few months we will have FSR in much more than 13 games, okay? And that's really a thing to see, okay? On the bottom we have the developer, so from Astergos we have the Acme Game Studios, then we have Arcane Lion to or Leon to Deathloop, and we have several others, okay? But for example, Respawn Entertainment, Obsidian, Asobo Studio, they make lots of great games, meaning that the next games that will come will most likely also have the FSR. For example, I think that the Asobo Studio also does the Plague Tale series, okay? And we are gonna have a new Plague Tale game soon, so maybe the new Plague Tale will also bring FSR 2.0. Obsidian also makes lots of games, so I assume the newest games will also bring FSR 2.0. So we have these games, but since we have these studios right now working with AMD for FSR, the next games from these studios will most likely bring FSR 2.0. So, like I told you, in some months we will have more games and way more games with FSR 2.0, and that's pretty awesome. So guys, that's all for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video because that really helps a lot. And I mean, see you in the next one, which will most likely be the how to overclock and undervolt the RX 6900 XT and the 6950 XT, okay? Because people were asking it. So I'm doing it. Thanks a lot and see you in the next video.